Now at 5, a Joplin business is heading to Mayfield, Kentucky to help tornado victims there.
Federal officials say help is on the way for those affected by the deadly tornadoes in the nation's heartland. I'm Skyler Henry at the White House with more on President Biden's emergency declarations.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
President Biden says he'll do whatever it takes to help the people impacted by this weekend's deadly tornadoes. This is KOAM News at 5. We're going to see how some 4-staters are helping tornado victims in a bit. But first, reporter Skyler Henry is at the White House with the federal response and the questions the Biden administration is asking about whether these storms are triggered by climate change.
President Biden held a briefing with his emergency response coordinators and says he'll travel to Kentucky to see for himself the damage from this weekend's deadly tornadoes.
So many of the people are facing immense loss. And we talked about how we can accelerate and expand federal assistance to those in desperate need.
The president has already approved an emergency declaration and a major disaster declaration, which, among other things, allows the federal government to send in search and rescue teams, provides federal dollars for local government responses, and helps with housing for those people who have been displaced by the storms.
This administration has made it clear to every governor, whatever they need, when they need it, make it known to me, and we'll get it to them as rapidly as we can.
Tornadoes of this size and severity are incredibly rare in December, and President Biden has asked the Environmental Protection Agency to determine whether these twisters are a result of climate change.
There's a lot of things that we don't know for certain, and I don't want to say anything that is not precisely true.
The Biden administration says climate change is impacting the weather, even if this tornado isn't tied to climate change.
Because of the change in climate, because of the threat the climate crisis poses, that we have seen more extreme weather events.
Scientists say it's easier to tie extreme weather events such as wildfires and flooding to climate change than tornadoes. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
Harold Brooks, a tornado scientist at the National Severe Storms Laboratory, told the Associated Press that while tornadoes are fueled by warm weather, less than 10% of severe thunderstorms produce tornadoes, making it hard to draw conclusions about how they're impacted by climate change. For some, seeing the devastation in Kentucky is all too familiar to what Joplin saw 10 years ago. That's why one business is stepping up to lend a hand to our neighbors to the east. Bacon Me Crazy, which operates a physical restaurant and a food truck, will take that truck to Mayfield, Kentucky tomorrow morning. The owner, Jeff Carney, says after all the help Joplin received in 2011 with free meals to those in need, he felt it was only right to pay it forward.
I think we should be able to feed a couple thousand people, serve them lunch and dinner, and for all 3 days we're out there and help them out. We've got some Indigo Sky gave us some gift cards. Some other people have dropped off some gift cards so that we can pass those out to the people and they can go to Walmart or wherever and get the essentials they need until they get on their feet and get insurance money and stuff. And that's going to help out a lot.
Tonight at 6, we're going to hear more about their plans to help in Mayfield. The OSBI is investigating a burned body found at the scene of a fire. That fire happened in Delaware County on December 9th. Firefighters from Jay responded to a call about a brush fire near South 609 Road around 11 p.m. The firefighters found the body of a man and immediately called the sheriff, who brought in the OSBI. Today, officials announced they've identified the body, but they have not yet released the name. Doug Hetty joins us. Pretty nice weather around here today, Doug.
Yeah, it's actually turned out to be a really nice day across the region after a little bit chilly over the weekend, but we've warmed up outside today, actually significantly warmer than what we did see over the weekend. Pretty much clear skies, not too much is going on, so it's a nice evening. We're going to have a nice evening, but we do have a storm system which is developing out to our west, plus you can see some Gulf of Mexico moisture which is increasing to the south. So that's going to be our next storm system that will give us some showers and thunderstorms by the time we head into the middle of the week. Until then, we're okay. A lot of 60s still outside. We're not going to drop off too much tonight. In fact, the winds are going to be fairly strong tonight and into the next couple days. Our southerly winds have been picking up just a bit. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 50s and eventually upper 40s later on tonight, but it gets even warmer the next few days. We're going to check that out here in just a bit.
Catch you then. Thanks, Doug. T-Mobile made a big donation to a couple of area towns. Over the weekend, the company donated a $50,000 hometown grant to Yates Center, Kansas. And today they made that same donation to Pineville, Missouri. Yates Center plans to use the money to renovate a community center to use as a business incubator. Pineville will use their funding to make an entrepreneurial program for high school students.
We are celebrating a grant that T-Mobile has presented the McDonald County Chamber and the McDonald County Student Chamber for $50,000 to buy coffee equipment to go with our student chamber coffee shop.
T-Mobile says it plans to provide $25 million for community development projects in rural areas nationwide over the next 5 years. Still ahead, deadlines fast approaching.
Time is running out to get those holiday gifts shipped out for arrival by Christmas. I'm Courtney Keeley with a look at this year's shipping deadlines.
And next in Health Watch, it's been almost 1 year since the first COVID-19 vaccine was administered in the U.S. We're going to hear from the nurse who received that first dose.
Outpost Casino is Tuesday.
Topping today's Health Watch, people who've already had COVID-19 and are now vaccinated may have a stronger than basic defense against the Omicron variant. That's according to a new Chinese study. Still, researchers also found Omicron is better than all other variants at evading protection gained from a previous infection or vaccination. Tomorrow marks 1 year since the first person received the COVID-19 vaccine in the U.S. Reporter Elise Preston sits down with Sandra Lindsay, the nurse who received that first shot. It's a nurse who has now made it her mission to encourage others to get vaccinated to protect themselves and their community.
Dr. Sandra Lindsay made history here 1 year ago, becoming the first American to receive the COVID-19 vaccine.
I've just been so grateful for that day and everything that has happened after that day. Hi, guys.
The director of nursing critical care at Northwell's Long Island Jewish Medical Center says the dark days of caring for the sickest patients were on her mind.
What did it feel like that day?
The light got brighter in the tunnel. I felt like a huge boulder just rolled off my shoulders.
Lindsay is an activist for vaccination, and we've seen her every step of the way leading by example, receiving her second dose, serving as Grand Marshal of the Hometown Heroes Parade, being presented with this honor at the White House, rolling up her sleeve for her booster shot, and holding the hand of this 9-year-old girl receiving her first vaccine last month.
Incredible honor and privilege to be able to have this platform to share my experiences and to just inspire.
She's our diplomat. She saved many people's lives by getting early adoption of the vaccine among our employees. She's a great communicator, and we need more and more people like that, particularly in underserved areas.
Lindsay immigrated to the U.S. from Jamaica when she was 18.
Particularly for communities of color, there's a lot of mistrust between our community and the medical community. So I think it's very important for them to see that I trust science.
With the new variant causing concern, the country bracing for another winter surge, and millions of Americans still unvaccinated.
We have to continue to get ahead of the misinformation, continue to make it easier for people to get vaccinated.
Lindsay hopes everyone gets the message and gets protected. Elise Preston, CBS News, Queens, New York.
Lindsay recently received her Doctor of Health Sciences degree with a concentration in global health, organizational behavior, and leadership. A first-of-its-kind option for fixing your optics as you age. The Food and Drug Administration has given the green light to Vuity prescription eye drops to treat age-related blurry vision. The drops can help by producing up to 6 hours of sharper vision. A 30-day supply costs around $80. A new study finds lab tests can be distorted by ambient temperatures inside the lab. U.S. researchers scanned millions of tests, and they found temperature affected 90% of them in a small way. For example, tests that measure fat in the blood, if checked on a cool day, resulted in 10% fewer prescriptions for cholesterol-lowering drugs compared to tests checked on warm days. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, lower sales and inflation lead to car prices hitting a new milestone.
Plus, the mild temperatures stick around, but also some chances for thunderstorms. We're going to look at that coming up.
How the federal...
It definitely turned out to be a nice Monday for us today. Plenty of sunshine across the region and warming up compared to what we saw over the weekend. We were kind of chilly Saturday, staying right around 50. We got into the mid 50s yesterday, and then we soared all the way near 70 for us this afternoon. We're going to have pretty good temperatures again as we go into the next couple days, which is nice to see in the month of December. Still, right now, the sun is set, and we're still sitting upper 50s to lower 60s across the region. We're not going to drop off too much tonight. I think most of us down into the upper 40s. Southerly winds are going to keep our temperatures up just a bit. We have these south winds kicking in. Kind of breezy today at about 5 to 15, but the winds are really going to start to pick up quite a bit stronger as we go through the next couple days, but it also keeps our temperatures up. Nice shot. Sunset, pretty much clear skies. 7th and range line currently sitting at 61. South winds at about 10. Humidity is bone dry at about 34%. Through the evening hours, we slip back through the 50s down to about 51 by midnight. Eventually upper 40s. We may rise a little bit as we head toward dawn. So it's going to be chilly, but it's not going to be a cold night. We have clear skies. Not too much is going on here, but we are going to start to see some clouds increasing late tonight. Our next storm system is building out to the west. You can see some Gulf of Mexico moisture starting to increase across parts of Texas. So this is going to affect north. And then our next storm system, actually a fairly strong system, which is producing quite a bit of snow through the upper elevations of California and then over toward Lake Tahoe. Those areas really need the snow. They haven't seen much as we've gone into the winter months. For us tonight, we'll drop back upper 40s. Clouds will start to increase. We're going to have mostly cloudy skies for us tomorrow, and you can see a couple random little spotty sprinkles or random spotty shower could pop up really anytime during the day, especially during the afternoon, but just a lot of clouds as we go through the daytime hours. We'll start at 48, 65 by noon, high temp near 70 during the afternoon. Again, a random shower, south winds, kind of breezy at about 15 to 25, but gusts a little bit higher than that. As we go into tomorrow night, still a lot of clouds stick around, and again, a random shower across the region. As we go into Wednesday, much of the same. Mostly cloudy skies, temperatures are warm, stays windy, but we could see a random shower popping up throughout the day. By Wednesday evening, here comes our cold front. This is a pretty strong cold front, so as this slides in, we'll most likely get a line of showers and thunderstorms. Some of those could be strong. They don't look severe right now, but something we'll keep our eyes on. And then this line of showers and thunderstorms will shift through and mainly out of here by the time we head into Thursday morning. But then the rain works right back in by the time we head into the weekend, or at least rain chances. Winds are going to be gusty as we go through the next day or so. We're going to have winds gusting 25 to 30, maybe even 35 miles per hour at times tomorrow. 69 tomorrow, 73 on Wednesday. Those thunderstorms mainly Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Cooler on Thursday, right back to 60 on Friday, and then cooling back down again as we head into the weekend. So kind of all over the place over the next week or so.
Yeah, next couple of days at least. Uncommon temperatures for sure for December around
Pretty
here.
nice for December.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, we're going to look at the shipping deadlines to get packages delivered by Christmas. First, though, we go way back to World War I to recognize a local veteran of the U.S. Army. Veneta, Oklahoma native Bob Buger was stationed at Camp Polk, Arkansas from 1917 to 1919. His duties? Shoeing horses. And we are proud to salute U.S. Army Private Bob Buger, a four-state hero.
Doug Henny has
Topping today's Consumer Watch, now is the time to get that holiday shopping done. And that's because a lot of delivery deadlines are quickly approaching. Reporter Courtney Keeley explains.
It's the busiest time of year at the post office, as truckloads of packages are sorted and sent to their holiday destinations.
Between Thanksgiving and New Year's Day, we're expecting 25 billion letters, cards, and packages to go through our system.
And people who want a gift delivered by Christmas need to act soon. For the majority of Americans, the deadline to ship ground with the U.S. Postal Service and FedEx is Wednesday, December 15th. The UPS cutoff depends on where you live. First-class mail, including greeting cards, must be sent through the post office by the 17th.
After that, there are several pricier options for faster service leading up to Christmas. The last chance at the post office and UPS is next day service on December 23rd. FedEx has same-day service on the 24th.
Shipping times for Amazon and other online retailers vary. Shoppers are often given an estimated delivery time.
An estimated shipping date or an estimated delivery date even is not a guarantee that your item's going to arrive on time.
Kristen McGrath from Retail Me Not says supply chain issues and weather can disrupt deliveries.
The longer you wait, the fewer options you're going to have.
She says for those who wait until the last minute, there is the option to email or text a gift.
You can get a gift card. You can get someone a subscription to a subscription service, whether that's music streaming or language learning. There are just so many options.
And experts say shoppers looking for a specific present online should buy now to make sure it arrives on time. Courtney Keeley, CBS News, New York.
New car prices have hit a new all-time high. According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new vehicle topped $46,000 in November. That's up more than 13% from the same time a year ago. And while high prices are the norm, sales are down due to a vehicle shortage. A group of restaurants and grocery stores in California is hoping to block a state animal welfare law. The coalition filed a lawsuit seeking a 2-year delay on a measure passed by voters back in 2018. It requires more space for breeding pigs, egg-laying chickens, and veal calves. It's scheduled to take effect on New Year's Day, raising them on whether bacon prices will go up or be in short supply. Delta Airlines basic economy tickets are about to become even more basic. Tickets booked at that level for January 1st and beyond will no longer earn frequent flyer miles or contribute to elite medallion status. Customers want perks like seat upgrades and reward trips, they're going to have to book main cabin tickets or higher. A final check of the forecast next.
Salon service is provided by the
Places.
Up next on the CBS Evening News, more stories of the victims and survivors of the deadly tornadoes out east of us. Then on KOAM News at 6, we're going to have more about a Joplin business's efforts to help tornado survivors in Kentucky. Plus, Miami police identify a wanted suspect in a weekend shooting. And Neosho Middle School students start a recycling program called the Recycle Rangers. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. Our annual Toy Box campaign's almost over. Now, each year, as you know, we ask for donations of toys or money to buy toys to give to area kids in need. All of your donations can stay in the county where you live if you like. You can find a list of toy drop-off locations on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Or you can make a monetary donation by phone during our Toy Box Tuesday telethons. And the final one of those will be tomorrow on our noon, 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. news. Hope you'll join us then. Now, once you've given money or toys, we have to find a way to get them to kids. Well, that's where our distribution partners come in. In northeastern Oklahoma, we get a little help from Toys for Tots. They identify the families in their region who could really use the help. Families like the Reeveses.
I like being a part of it. It makes my kids smile, and that means the world to me, is my kids being happy and having something that they didn't expect. Neither did mom or dad.
We're going to have the story of another family who benefited from Toy Box during tomorrow's telethon. Right now, the weather pretty nice for December, and it's going to stay this way for a bit.
Yeah, temperatures look pretty good over the next couple days, near 70 tomorrow. We are going to have a lot of clouds. It's going to be very windy the next couple days. That's kind of the trade-off. It's always going to be windy if we're going to warm up this much in the winter months. But 69, random shower, random sprinkle, 73 on Wednesday. We are going to get some thunderstorms in here Wednesday night into Thursday morning.
Thanks for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. And of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. See you then. Let's make it a great evening.